Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome in. It's incredibly quiet and slow at work today. Incredibly slow and quiet. So, we're gonna do some time trials while I work. So like I have my computer, I have my phone set with notifications. I did actually just get one as I was sitting here, but nothing crazy. Literally nothing to do with that. Oh, here's another one. I wish I could read these to you. At this point, I may misunderstand. Right. When an email starts with that, I know it's not for me. When an email starts with at this point, I may misunderstand. Anyways, yeah, nothing happening right now that I need to deal with. So we're gonna get into some time trials. Time trials with Mario Kart will be kind of the easiest thing for me to be able to like stop at any point and address something for work if something does come up. But very doubtful that anything will. But, welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Let's see who's all here. Who's all here? Hi, Daniel. Good morning, Daniel. Time trials, yes. Hi, Gar. Hi, Caleb. Hi, Lavender. Hi, Leah. Who else? Hi, Kyronith. Hi. Hi, Yoshi. Hi, Drago. Did I miss anybody? Have I missed anybody? Hi, Izzy. I think that was everybody. Hi, farm boyfriend. Hola, ¿cómo está? Also, I saw you asking about someone explain how do I collect my trinket. I see you've discovered that as well as the hola, ¿cómo está? Alrighty, we're gonna get into Mario Kart. I'm ready to jump in. Where's my, there it is. Perfect. I already have the screen pulled up. I'm gonna stop this music because the Mario Kart music tends to be pretty good. Single player time trials. Now, it's been a minute since I've done time trials. It's been a minute. So let's see. They should date when I did time trials last. So let's see. Which one do I want to start with? Let's keep it light. Can I see the dates though? No, I can't. I was curious if it would show me the date in which I last did this. What a shame. That would have been fun, but yes, King Poo, King Poo. Yeah, we'll race against the ghost. We're racing against my ghost. There's no reason we need to race against any of the records that are probably since shattered since I last downloaded them. I do want to see what the difference between the last record I downloaded versus now is. I forgot the controls for a second. Well. Okay. Off to a rough start, off to a rough start, off to a rough start, off to a rough start. There's gonna be a lot of that. Aren't you deleting that? See, much better start, much better start. Oh my god. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Okay. Don't piss me off. I'm not gonna finish this full trial here, so that's why I'm wasting my mushrooms. But let me do this one more time. There we go. That's what I was supposed to do. Hygiene. Welcome in. Welcome in. We're gonna see how rusty I am at time trials. I wish I could remember the last time I did this. Sometime back when the game came out. It's the only reason I'm any good. See, there we go. That's what all was supposed to happen, really. Okay, we're gonna quit this course. Wait, change course. That's what I want to do. Let's see. One that I feel like I could still probably remember pretty well. Let's see. Let's see how my ghost does against me. This ghost is definitely going to beat me. Because the first part is where I always mess up. Right. So not that first part. Oh my god. You're off to a rough start. There we go. This is how I drive, by the way. I did get farmed. There we go. See, that's what's all supposed to happen, folks. No. And there go my mushrooms. Restart, 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 restart. I was able to beat my record on this one. I was doing a lot better than I expected. Hi, Danny. Welcome in. I'll take the coin, though. Oh my god, oh my god. Yeah, I didn't think I'd have enough speed there. I was off, welcome in. See, if I saw my ghost ahead of me, I'd already rage quit. In the past, I probably would have, but knowing that I've been like so out of practice with these, it's bound to happen. Like even my timing, just trying to get the boost at the start has been so off. Oh. Anytime I'm gonna, I forgot I can rewind in this game. I forgot I can do that. Now, do I remember the controller rewind? Not exactly, but like, I'll mash the buttons when it's relevant. That was supposed to go better, but I'll still keep going. You never got Mario Kart, that's why you never got into it. If I could turn... Okay, that's how I'd turn back time if I needed to. If I could turn back time. If I could find a way. I'm not good at that part right there. So usually when... Actually, let me just restart this one. I'll show you guys what I actually do in a race. Because I'm not going to be able to beat my ghost on this one. So usually in a race, obviously you're not starting with any mushrooms. So I'm minding my business trying to get some coins out of the gate here. And then, oh, hang on. I'm just gonna restart and then, but I didn't have enough speed. Anyways, I would jump up onto this and right around the edge. And then I'd keep going and try to get tighter in there, but... And then I'd do what I was doing before. By this point, I've probably got an item as well, but I still don't really need one. As long as I hit all of these points, and I didn't. Anyways, y'all saw me bounce off that wall plenty of times. But usually at that point with the mushroom, I'll cut through this grass here, through those boxes. And then I'm up the ramp and I'm way past the girly pops. Mind you, the ghost being 22 seconds ahead of me, that's me against anybody that doesn't know these shortcuts. I still didn't get that one. Let me go back. Oh, I can't rewind now. All right. I'm going to go back for that, though. Also never got into Mario Kart. My husband always wanted me to play with him, but I just get pissed off, especially when I see that bitch Toadette. Hey, her. Right. That's also not what I was supposed to do, but okay, I'm gonna quit. Oh, not quit. Change course. I'm gonna change course. I'm done with this one. Which do I want to do next? We're next to this. Honestly, I don't feel like I remember this one well enough. Let's view the rankings while we're at it. Oh god, already 144, 156. It's a whole 12 seconds faster than me. Let's view the replay. For anybody that doesn't know, Alberto generally is going to have the top record on all of these. He's very well known in Mario Kart 8 and now in Mario Kart World. I don't know if he was in Mario Kart Wii, but I imagine he probably was too. Oh my god. Yeah, I can't do half of what they've already done. Now that I know. Not that much though. He wasn't even on it anymore. Carl, be serious. Yeah, that one I know. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to nail all of that right there either, but that's okay. Yeah, that one I'm not gonna get either. Definitely not getting that because we're not gonna be on pace. So for anybody that's like, oh wow, you did really well there, jumping around. No, this is really good. This is what really good looks like. Jumping around and missing so much I did. Nobody better say what I did was good. I was trying to be good though. Yeah, this one, because the dinosaurs move, they're in certain positions at certain points in the track. So if you're already off pace, then some of these moves that he's doing here, you simply would not be able to do because you've already lost the dinosaur's position for certain things. Okay, so there's not anything crazy though that's like added to this that would actually like be beneficial. She's really good. There's nothing in this that would actually be like oh, I didn't need to watch it again. Get me out, get me out, get me out. I want to race against the ghost, but not this ghost. And I felt like that race against ghost was just gonna make me race against him. I want to race against my ghost. My ghost. At one point it was the record was 2 minutes and 1 second. And I did beat that. So, or maybe this is the one that defaulted. Anyways, there was one point where I had a really good score on this one. Not score, but time. And then that time since became not as good. Oh my god. Rough start. No good. I don't know why I'm not able to get around that turn as well. Hola, ¿cómo está? But you can see that I'm significantly slowed down by not having gone that same path because he was getting further and further away from me. I also think I missed a coin somewhere in there too, which coins are going to give you speed the more you have. But time trials, coins get weird. Sometimes they're relevant, sometimes they're not. Oh my god, now I hit the fucking dinosaur too. Run, 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 run is right. Bye. Change course, change course, change course, change course. Bye. Oh, that's bye. Let's see. Where do we want to go? Where do we want to go? Bowser's Castle? Fuck it. No, y'all want to see Sorry, view rankings. That's where I needed to go. 209. What was mine? What was mine? What was mine? Hi, Evan and Caleb. Exposed. Okay, 228, 228, 228. 209, 209. Yeah, download this ghost data and let's see. It does apparently show your friends. I didn't know that. I'm not going to expose them on all of their trials. Let me start doing these time trials, Diva. Exactly. No, this is definitely where they practice. Oh. So I can do a little bit of that. I can do a little bit of that. See, that's the one I always mess up. Now that's the one I always mess up. If y'all ever seen me on Bowser's Castle fly over you at that part, land in the gap, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. That's the reason I'll probably never win on Bowser's Castle, because I'm too busy trying to do that shortcut, and then it puts me behind everybody. Now, I can do a version of this, not that right there. I've never seen anybody go up the chain and then jump off. But I can use that sign to get over this corner here, and I'll show you guys that in a second, but... No, truly, this is a whole different game. Like, that's not the track I'm playing on. Mario kinda... He does a fat ass, I will say that. Yeah. This is insane. Honestly, that felt a little slow right there when he jumped into the air. So I wouldn't be surprised if somebody comes back and tries to beat that part in the record. Anytime there's something that feels slow, people will come back and find that and fix it. But these records have been like so locked in to where they're at for so long. Anytime that they change, they're just like incremental changes, like itty bitty things. So there's really not much here that is like that new to me. Now the opening part was crazy, because in the past I think people would go up the top, ride that chain, and they'd collect some extra coins to get some speed, and then they'd still be able to jump over. I can't remember if that was time trials or if that was just like a specific strategy people were using online for playing. Now I can't remember that now, but let's see if I can race against Ghost and it not pull me to this Ghost. Nope, it did. Okay, we'll change course so that I can get it. Maybe Mario Kart isn't a game for me. When I start playing like this, it's over. Let's see. Race against Ghost, and then my Ghost. Again, such a significant difference here. Why am I so bad about that right now? So this is what I can do. So y'all are never gonna see me around that corner. Unless somebody hits me with something that stops me, y'all are never gonna see me around that corner. And then y'all are gonna see me fly like that. Then I'm gonna get dropped. And then I'm gonna go like this. And I'm gonna be pissed because I have no item, so I can't shortcut through the lava right there. But I always take this right side here because it's more entered. It's a shorter track. And then jump. And then we land. And then we do it all again. This one's really fun to learn. The animation of the jumping is really fun to watch. And it's also a lot easier than you think it is. Like, you're not having to press the jump button off of every single trick that Boo's doing right there. Some of those are like automatically tricking. So you're just kind of like riding the speed. Because I don't need mushrooms for this one, I'm just going to keep going on all 3 laps here, because I wasn't going to beat the ghost regardless. Shortcut's where I've learned most of this from. I watched Shortcut for a while, and he posts fantastic tutorials, which is like, I don't need to ever do that. He's already done it. Just watch him. But the biggest thing that will teach you is watching those replays. See, there we go. That's what I'm supposed to do. Is watching those replays. And that's where you kind of just learn like organically through the game, is watching through time trial replays. It's trial and error. A lot of people will ride until they figure something out. You know, some of it's obvious, where like, oh, there's a grass path here. You lose. A grass path here. And so that makes sense that like that's going to be a little bit shorter if you have a mushroom or something. But, you know, these like jump up onto this rail, off to this wall here. A lot of it, they were starting to notice there are signs and things that you can use as like markers and indicators. Certain coins are positioned in places, and so like to me it almost feels like Mario Kart, when they were designing, the developers were like, yeah, we're gonna design the shortcut path as well as the track because some of them just feel obvious. So but when I say obvious, it's like obvious to the people that are staring down the tracks and exploring. I'm gonna actually quit too, because with Mario Kart World, one of the cooler things to me that they gave was still free roam, because you can just pop in at any point and drive on any section of any track. Now this is a bad example. Just let me actually like go to a track. I don't really care for the intermissions, the routes from track to track. I don't care for those. But being in free roam here, like I can see roughly where everything is. Like I don't have all of the item boxes and coins in the exact position, I don't think. I'm gonna have to double check myself on that. But like the coins, I don't think they reappear. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Let me stand here and say, well, that's probably a bad idea. This is a bad example of one. It's been so long since I've been here, but I could still turn around at any point. And I can navigate through here to kind of see like what's the overall layout of the track. Bad example, I can't go up that side. What's the overall layout of the track, like where there may be places that I can get ahead, get behind. Ooh, we're right back in. Also, free roam is just a little bit fun to explore. You know, you get to see the tracks from different perspectives. But then, of course, that gimmick wears off. Love Toad's Factory, though. I'll show you guys what I do here. So then we come in here. I was supposed to trick off that edge there. I didn't. And then we swing up here. And then we're off on this track. We're off on this track. We're off on that. And we're off on that. And then we do it all over again. That's really the big trick here that's in Toad's Factory is that jump there. I'm also slightly thrown off because of the timing of where everything is positioned here, but it seems like I'm actually not like that out of sync with the track. Like it's still letting me nail everything I need to. Again, I was supposed to get that jump there. It's also like eventually you'll learn what can be tricked on and what can't be. And even sometimes still I'll like not know what I'm doing. And that's a big part of it too. Is like knowing when to trick. Here off this bridge, I wouldn't have tricked right at the very top because it's just gonna give me more airtime and slow me down. Same thing here, like I'll zoom off of this. But like here, I'd rather get as close to the ground and try and jump whenever I'm on a corner like that so that I don't gain airtime. The more airtime you have, the worse it is, which is why I'm never going to use this feather in a game unless I'm in a position where I know it makes sense to use it. So there are actually a few tracks, actually. This is probably a good example of one that I would use it at. Hi, Rose. If I were a kid, I would eat free Roma and spend so much time. No, exactly. I didn't know it was going to take my item from me. Let's see if I can get another one. I can also actually like drive this one. Show you guys what I do here too. Oh. And then recently, y'all have been nailing me with red shells whenever I'm trying to get up onto that ledge anyway, so I end up in the water and fucked over. So rude, y'all. And then we cut through here. And if I didn't have a mushroom, I could also use my feather right there to just jump over that gap. And sometimes actually I can get it angled in such a way where it's actually a little bit faster than the mushrooms are. So sometimes I kind of prefer. See, this is one of those moments where like I don't want to trick at the very top of jumping off of that ramp, but I can still get the trick boost after the fact. Just trying to line up with this. I should have tricked out of the water. I got lucky on that. This is also just as fast as what I was doing before. I think both of those are about the same speed. Maybe slightly faster on one versus the other. But like, obviously you can't keep your scores here. You aren't guaranteed what specific items, so there are limitations to doing free roam here. But in one of the updates, when I was last playing this like regularly when it came out, they had made some changes to... I'm going to quit free roam because I can't remember exactly which one it is. Single player? Might be versus, I guess. No teams, 4 teams, 3 teams, no teams. There, that's what I'm looking for. No comps, that's what I was looking for. And then you could do custom items and then literally like as many races as you want. And with the custom items, you could turn them all off and then give yourself the mushrooms. And then you're doing the same thing here. You're doing your own like solo time trial. I can't remember what the exact benefit to this is, other than like obviously you're in the game and you can see. Let me pick a good one or a different one that we haven't been to yet. We'll do Wario Stadium. I'm not going to be very good at this one, so I remember the last time I was trying to do this one fresh, and I was doing real rough. But it removes your ghost, that's one thing, which sometimes, you know, that's beneficial, but like you can also, you know, just turn that off. These signs are a good example of what I was talking about. Oh, because you can rewind and you can't rewind everywhere, I think. It's part of it. Anyways, I wasn't doing the right thing. Oop, there we go. I can also see, like, if I want to use other items, this is a great way to give myself the feather if I want to practice, like, feather shortcuts. Lots of different things I can do. But we're going to keep practicing this one. The coins in this level are also really useful for tracking the direction to go on certain tricks. I wasn't close to lining that one up, so y'all might not see that one on this. And then you gotta know how to brake while driving as well. Otherwise, you're gonna be in a world of hurt. Specifically, if you're playing anything with 100, well, not anything, 150. Whenever they give us 200cc, you'll definitely need it. But I would say on certain parts for 150, when you're doing tricks, you will need it. You will need it. There we go. Sometimes I do just ride the rail. It's slower to ride the rail, but like sometimes if I don't trust myself, I'll just ride the rail. Just about all of this you can trick off of. This is one of those parts where like sometimes you have to get that turn right, otherwise you're just never gonna get there. And then boom. And I shouldn't have slowed down that much, but it's okay. Plenty of mushrooms to push me over the finish line. I need to learn how to do tricks. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of patience. I will say that. It takes a lot of patience as well. So, if you don't have that for Mario Kart, this is one of the few things I feel like I have patience for. Because really, at the end of the day, it's a much more relaxing way of playing the game, for me at least, because I know I can learn it. It's just a matter of repetition. There's a lot of great tutorials nowadays that will teach you these tricks. You know, like I couldn't imagine trying to do this stuff. Not that it was nearly accessible in the GameCube or let alone 64, but there are some tricks in those games. But even like with the Wii, I wasn't online like I was now, or like I am now. So sometimes it's just nice to put on a short cat video and learn a new track. I'm gonna go back though out of versus back to time trials. But before we actually like start it again, let me just check back in on work things and make sure nothing has developed since we last checked. Okay, nothing for me to actually do, but something for me to keep an eye on. So we'll check back in on that in a little bit. Otherwise, hi Haru, hope you're doing well. We are doing some time trials while I multitask work. But work's so quiet and so dead. So We're in time trials. But I'm not sure where I want to go next. Honestly, I feel like we've flown through the ones that I really like to do. We'll do this one. I know the girls love Sky High Sunday. I also enjoy Sky High Sunday. I really thought my record was much closer to theirs. Anyways, let's see who has the record. Is it Alberto again? No, still Jamie. What was mine? She brought it down 3. Or they. Ooh, to a lovely vacation happy hour. That sounds nice. That sounds nice. View replay. I don't want to race against the ghost. Waiting for a meeting while I edit. No, exactly, but I'm like, I don't have a meeting to wait for. At this point, I'm literally just waiting for the emails. And that one that they're asking a question. I'm like, I think I know the answer to it, but like, I'm just gonna wait to see if somebody else will answer first, because my answer would be, I'm pretty sure the person I'm waiting to answer is the one that's gonna answer it. Like, if that makes any sense. So like, I'm not trying to be down his throat already and be like, I think he's gonna know the answer. Like, he probably hasn't even read the message himself yet. So I'm gonna give people a chance. Let them manage themselves, because I am no micromanager. Yeah, I'm not doing all that, y'all. I could do some of that, but I don't do all that with the ramp at the beginning. I can't get that close to the edge. Oh, they don't take the... Interesting. I'll have to look at that on the 3rd lap again. I also don't do that boot scoot and stuff very well. But that's partly I think a boo thing. Could also be a card thing on this. What, Rose? Did you post a video? Am I live on your YouTube? My tricks are insane. Though this isn't me. This isn't me. This is all the ghost. This right here is the ghost. Yes. 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 Yes, everyone, I'm live on Rose TV. That's so funny. The ghost? Oh. Oh my god. Yeah, this is the record on this track. So somebody else, let me see what their name was. I think it was HD Jamie. Quit. HD Jamie, I think is who the user was. Yeah, HD Jamie was whooping it. Me, I'm 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Now, don't get me wrong. I can do some of those tricks. But I'll show y'all what I can do. And we'll see if I can beat my ghost. I feel like this one gets picked frequently enough that like I might also be refreshed frequently enough. No, I think you can beat it. I might be able to beat my ghost. Definitely not that one. That wasn't supposed to happen, but somehow I'm beating my ghost, y'all. It's beating me. I'm beating it. Locking in, mugged out. Y'all ever heard of a 10-second Y'all ever heard of a 10-second speed run? Because this is not that. But there is a 10-second speed run somewhere else, and that's in Kingdom Hearts, everybody. Kingdom Hearts 10-second speed run. So we're just gonna go on the track this time. Let's go see some sights. Oh, Max, Max. I'm pretty sure it's FedEx. I hear a big truck and it's not trash day, so I'm pretty sure it's FedEx. I think he's done. Are you done, son? Now that you interrupted, it's probably a good opportunity to restart while we're at it. Yeah, you know him. He just likes to bark at stuff. He slowly gets back into the beanbag. I hear him crinkling into it behind me. Sage is fine. She went on a walk in the rain today because it's rainy. So it drizzled on us while we went on a walk. She refused to poop, which she only poops on walks. But I told farm boyfriend, no. It's so funny she was asking you though. Could have texted Dakota. Our boyfriend. Now why am I in it? She has your number too? That's the only reason. Oh, she could have texted me just the same. What did she send me last? She sent me. She probably didn't because I didn't answer her last text, which was her sending me a TikTok of some chair. Actually, it might have been a Facebook reel again, and I'm like, I simply don't respond to those for sure because, man, I don't have Facebook. I don't have Instagram. Like, I'm not downloading the app so that I can watch these. Half the time, they feel like propaganda videos. Fear mongering is definitely what half of them are. But, oh, your government name? Well, same way I let mine slip, yours is bound to slip too, so. But yours was already partially revealed previously because when I got onto Yoshi's Island, it made me pick a save file, and the save file options were me, you, and then Max. First name Farm, last name Boy, 50_54. Right, exactly, Rose. I also didn't even use that last mushroom. I was so ingrained in like what we were talking about. I have Insta purely to promote my content. That's fair. I had the blanket that her crate was on, and that makes sense. That makes sense. Trust me, she's got so many blankets now. They both do. I'm gonna do this one again. I really do like the tricks off that wall at the end of the lap. They're very easy to do too. You just need to line up correctly and then you're off to the races. See, I'm just getting too greedy. I'm getting too greedy. But I was doing real well. When you annoyed her. You know that I'm greedy for love. Greedy! This is a lip sync for your life. We need to see your lips. So we all are just bored at work, aren't we? Well, except for Lavender. Lavender's bored at home. I didn't mean to hit that button, by the way. I just wasted that. You better work, Nina Monina. Take that thing off your face. I'm gonna change courses. I'm not getting past this front part anymore. Though I do feel like I'm starting to run out of ones I want to do. I don't remember this one well enough. This one pisses me off. I definitely don't want to do that one. This one pisses me off. I don't want to do that one. Now that's it. I like this course. It's just trying to do the tricks on this one. Took me way too long to get a rhythm, and I know it's going to take me way too long to get into it. Oh, let's see. Let's do this one. 154. Lego Wee Man. Thank you, Lego Wee Man. First day of summer break. Oh my god. Well, really bored then. I kind of forget about summer break being a thing. Oh yeah, and I guess Daniel, that's kind of the same case for you. That's why it's so boring. If Daniel's back yet. Daniel was also saying he was very bored at work. Also, I wasn't paying attention. Let me replay from the start, sorry. Sorry, guys. No, right, Rose? It's the water that's really the big problem with those tracks, too. And every cart is pretty much slow in the water, except for a few of them. But I have a cart that is a little bit quicker than what most people use in water, so sometimes I do... in one of the knockouts, there's a section of the track where everybody goes the long way around because going through the water would slow them down, but my speed is just fast enough for the water, especially if I have enough coins, and I can just ride through there that I get a huge lead in those knockouts, and I generally won't win that one. Which, like, you know, at a certain point that just no longer becomes fun, which is why, like, I will stop playing in lobbies at a certain point, or like I just won't do certain things in lobbies because I want to make it fun for everybody else. Like, I'm not trying to steamroll the competition by any means. But when an Evan and Caleb cart rolls past me, y'all better know I'm locking in because they're too good. It's really funny seeing the lobbies where it's like me, Evan, Caleb, Daniel are all in there. Four of us are like running amok at each other. Izzy's in there too. Oh my god. The fawn lobbies are terrifying. The fawn lobbies are terrifying. It should be editing clips, but don't have any motivation. Fair. Low-key, I try not to lock in, but then suddenly I'm reaching 12th, 8th, 4th, and I'm locking in. Exactly. And you know, sometimes too, when you're playing with like, and that's why I like playing in these lobbies, when you're playing with people that don't know all of the stuff that I know, it makes it more fun to play again because it creates so much chaos that, I think what was the right option. It creates so much chaos that like my strategies don't always work. Y'all will red shell me in a critical part where I'm like, well, there goes that. Now I'm fucked. because I haven't been getting a single coin on this track, and I have no speed, and now my only option left is to ride the track normally. So like, it's really fun playing in those lobbies. It's really fun, and I'm not by any means at a competitive level, so you know, y'all aren't playing with an expert. It just looks fancy sometimes. Let's see. I think I will do it against a ghost because I do want to see what my ghost does, but I know that it's not going to be very good. We probably won't play this one even through a full lap, if I'm being so honest with you guys. I feels like this one, everybody loved this one when the game came out. Like everybody, it's in the Mario Kart World Discord that came out at the same time because the online sucked so much. I guess that's worth talking about too. So like when Mario Kart came out, I was already very much into Mario Kart 8. But when World came out, I found that there was a Discord, Mario Kart World something lobbies. I'd have to look, but it's a very big one. It's not hard to find on Google. And they would open up lobbies for people to be able to play because a lot of people just wanted to do the 3-lap tracks, like me. And so there was almost always a lobby opened. It was a lot of fun. It was King Pooh at that point, which is why you see King Pooh as the ghost that has won all of these time trials that we're racing against. I'm doing really poorly on this one, but that said, that's a very big straight community. So they love a good war-themed battleship, I guess, because they ate this track up. It's okay. But like, do I need to do it 100,000 times? No, because I was never very good at it, clearly. This was like the only part of it that I was ever any good at, and I'm not even doing very good at it now. Anyways, I'm supposed to get up this chain and then jump up onto these rails here from landing, and it brings you around so much faster, obviously, because you don't even have to steer on those. And then there's a little trick there on that corner, which sometimes I don't even get because I'm so inside on that turn. But if I'm out wide, might as well go for it. I remember you being King Pooh and you were the air guy. Yes, I was with Mr. O'Hare, I think is his name. And then he had Adam Sandler's face. Edited on top of it. King Boo, 225. King Pooh, 209. King Pooh knew what he was doing. King Boo, not so much. Alrighty, let's see. Change your course, because like I said, I'm surprised I even let it go all the way through that one. People burnt me out on that track. They just wanted to play it non-stop. I like Shy Guy Bazaar up to a point. Desert Hills, so boring. What's the Stop Summit I do like, and there's some fun tricks in this one. I want to see what the record has. Sorry, a few rankings. 143. What was mine? Yeah, I was about to say mine was still in the 2 minutes, was it not? Jesus. Oh, they're about to give. Oh, I know what they do in this one. Never mind. There's so much in this one I can't do. There's so much in this one I cannot do. All right, view the replay. Yeah, if y'all have never seen shortcuts on this one, unless they changed them drastically, and I can't imagine they did. It's about the gag. No, right, Rose? You're like, oh, baby Daisy. She's about to be so cute on this track. She's dizzy. Baby, she's dizzy. That's baby Dizzy. Yeah, so I can't do that. I can't do that gap jump, and how they've managed to make that gap even shorter is insane to me, to me. I can do a little bit of this. I can't do that. I always miss that. And then they ride around this, and then you're there. So in competitive lobbies, if you ever watch a shortcut video, because he competes in competitive lobbies, if this track gets picked, the funniest thing is seeing every single cart angled to the left at the beginning, because they're all trying to make that same shortcut up the ramp. And so, like, you'll still see that. I don't know if you'll still see it today. But when I was in the Discord and everybody was learning the shortcuts at the same time, everybody was still doing the same thing. But there's certain positions that are better for getting that shortcut off, and then some that it's like, it's not worth it, so you might as well just go forward, because you're not going to be able to get every shortcut in a race. It's just not realistic. So, like, you have to pick and choose. But yeah, this is insane to me. There's also a shortcut here where you can jump between those walls, but it seems like they've removed that because that now seems like using the mushroom must have just ended up being faster. You'll probably see it on my Ghost when we race against it, because that was a strategy that I spent a lot of time trying to learn. Right. Oh, we do have to go to Wario Shipyard too, because the ending of that one is so goofy. The ending of that one is so goofy. I need y'all to see that one. I do want to race against a Ghost, but not that Ghost. I want to see what my Ghost has in store. Race against Ghost. This is... I gotta go. I'm really cool, TPH. No, it's insane. And so, like, my cart, I just did that on purpose so you guys would see. My cart doesn't make it up there the same. And I think it's just because of the cart and King Boo. Now, something better than me might be able to make it work. But... yeah, you could see King Pooh did it better than I did, but bouncing off that wall, if you can nail that, it's great if you don't have a mushroom. So, like, I could still scoot my way across, for sure. Now, what the hell happened there? Hi, Daniel. Welcome back. Me taking notes, I will forget immediately. Honestly, it's because I had watched so much shortcut content that I learned as much of this. See, like, I don't always nail that, but at least, like, it was still faster than going around. I'm done with work, 30 minutes left. Ah, bless. We were talking about it must be almost the end of the semester for you, and like you're going on spring break, or not spring break, summer break. And then people will jump here to get those coins. That's kind of like what Baby Daisy was doing in the lap we saw. I'm gonna see if I can try and get this trick at the end. Oh, I shook the controller on accident. My bad. Well, nope, not happening. Let's just ride our. I'm just gonna change course. There's no reason to hit the finish line. No reason to hit the finish line. Okay, I do want to go back to Wario Shipyard, since I said there was something goofy there. We're going to view the replay of another's Ghost. And then while we're reviewing this, I'm also going to just check back in on work stuff. Y'all are about to lose your minds though at the beginning and end, I think, of this one. Because what are we doing? What are we doing? Hi, Petey. Why are you, hunk boy? Farm hunk. Listen, things keep changing. Things keep changing. Also, Petey, listen. I don't know where my lunar feather is. I don't know where my lunar feather is, but I need my lunar feather. Because I went to get Cresselia from Crescent Tower, and I beat Alice, or the Ghost Phantom and the Phantom Force. I don't have a lunar feather in my pocket, and I didn't see one when I went back to Alice Mansion. So I was like, where am I missing? Something is on me for sure. Right, that was me. There's no way I could have sold it, right? I was like, I don't think I would have sold that. Yeah, I can send it to you. No worries. It's the end of that track that really sends me. It's really the end of that one. All right, I'm sending this over to Pete really quick, and then we're gonna end this. No, exactly, Rose. It's like, what are we doing? Let me know if you have any issues accessing the link that the file's in. I don't think you should. Comment, haven't had any. No, this is not me. This is the record. This specifically that we're viewing right now is the record holder. I can do a little bit of this. It's on this track, not nearly as well as they do. So sometimes it ends up slowing me down more than it's worth it ever trying. I can't hit that gap right there, that's for sure. That's fairly easy, but sometimes I miss it. This is so 50-50 for me, and it should be so much easier jumping from this rail to this rail, but nailing that first one is where I run into trouble. I also can't hug that tightly, but I can do this. I can do this. I can get up on this rail. Not every time. I'd say about 80% of the time. But yeah, this is how I learn the route. So like, if you watch these over and over and over and over enough, shit starts to click. Then you can focus on one part at a time, because you know you're only going to make it so far. And if you want to try and make sure that you can do it in sequence, and some of them you have to do in sequences, like the Dino Jungle with the dinosaurs moving around. Like, if the dinosaur's not in position, you lost. So, oh my god, I've never seen that at the end. I missed that when I was moving the save file. I've never seen them do that. It used to just be this again, like the same thing we saw in the first one. Oh, gotcha. Sorry, Petey. There we go. Now let me give you the right thing. Yeah, this end part though takes me out. What do you mean you're riding on the side? Riding on the side of the wall. Same hours of training in Overwatch I should put in. Getting better at Mario. I mean, is it a skill we need? Not necessarily, but like, You know, whatever. I have it. I have some of it, not all of it. But it's fun. I don't know. It's fun. It gives my brain a challenge. I guess that's why I like doing it. But we are going to race against my ghost because I'm curious to see what my ghost looks like. Also, hi, Wheatley. Oh god. Okay. Let me restart. Let me restart on that one. I will say at the beginning here too, like when I'm trying to jump off that wall, I cannot stay hugged in tight like they do. When you pause, I really feel that in my soul. But like I cannot ever nail that. I was curious to see how much faster he was. That's why I didn't do it. But I can never nail it to where I stay hugged in tight to the wall. So I fly off to that second ramp way too much. Oh my gosh, we're doing poorly. You can see this is a fairly easy one though to nail. See, and sometimes I'm just like ever so slightly off of it. I wish it was a little bit better. Who's King Pooh? King Pooh used to be me. In a different life. That's the end of that. I'm changing this. Changing course. In a different life, that was me. That was my username for Mario Kart. And because I use King Boo so much. And specifically, it comes from Choco Mountain. We'll do a solo race. And there he is. King Pooh. Born from the Choco Mountain. I can never get it to show me the front of him. There's like one screenshot I have ever of him in the front, covered in chocolate. He was born from the Choco Mountain. Specifically right here at this part, that's where he was born. Because that part's gotten me stuck several times. But yep, King Pooh. Origin story. Nice porridge. Origin. Origin. This one I always have to hug really tight here, and then I end up drowning as well. Because you want to try and get up onto this rail right here and ride around the edge, and then stay hugging this wall, avoid getting into the grass or into the. I guess that's more chocolate. Into the chocolate crust. This one also has a really weird. We'll restart. Has a really weird trick that I've never been able to nail once, where you can jump the chocolate hole right there without using a mushroom, but I've never been able to get it, so I always have to go around. Fear of mine is drowning in claustrophobia. No, that's so real. Augustus Gloop. Augustus Gloop. A big greasy nincompoop. See, and then that's the part I always mess up too, is like, it doesn't even matter. I can never hit the yellow ramp right there, rail. But they did have some songs in that movie. The Oompa Loompas were getting after it. Sometimes I'll use one there in a race. It just depends on how many mushrooms I have, really. Alright, I'm done with Chocolate Mountain. Let's see, any other ones I want to go and visit? We might do Shy Guy Bazaar. I kind of want to see like how many more I want to do. We'll do Shy Guy Bazaar. We've already done. There's nothing interesting at Peach Beach. I don't really care for Salty Speedway. Peach Stadium, I don't really care for. I've already done these. We'll do Acorn Heights probably. There's not anything. Well, Starview Peak's a little bit interesting. We'll maybe do DK Pass and Dandelion Depth. So, what is that, like 3 or 4 that we'll do? Okay. We'll race against Ghost. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hi Onyx, how are you? We're gonna restart. Welcome in. Thanks for the follow. We are doing some time trials while I multitask work, but I haven't done time trials in so long. So it's been fun getting back to the time trials and trying to remember. Actually, I am gonna go back. Not quit. We'll change course because I do want to download the record on this one and see what kind of changes have been made to this one. Because I feel like I'm also forgetting what the end of this track looks like. Not what it looks like, but what the tricks on the end of the track look like. I feel like I remember there were a few different things people were doing. So I don't know. But I'm gonna watch this one. I love seeing that there's such a good variety of what characters and what carts are holding records on each track. Oh my god. That's why they're doing it though, because Swoop probably has some crazy handling for this. Generally smaller characters, like a Swoop, have really good handling, which is funny because Swoop also doesn't actually have hands. But I don't really use Swoop, so I haven't looked at Swoop stats much. I learned which one I wanted to use, and then I've never really gotten much of a backup. I had a lot of fun playing with each of them when I was first playing the game, but like, you know, I only probably raced with them like 2 or 3 times, so really only so much that I can do, but gee, I can't do all that. Yeah, I usually just continue to ride across the top, and I definitely can't ever make that jump. What's my favorite Mario Kart? It might be 8 Deluxe. I mean, I think they really did really well with it. But I did love playing Mario Kart Wii as a kid. But I never got as into it as I did with 8 Deluxe. I feel like 8 Deluxe is where I started to like take time to learn shortcuts and actually like pay not necessarily attention to competitive, but like would engage in watching people's competitive play. Myself, no, but I probably could have with Mario Kart 8. And at the beginning of World, I probably could have, but I'm waiting for the day that they release some DLC. Same thing that happened with 8 Deluxe, and they make this game relevant again, and really fun. And that day will come probably years from now still, but because what? This game's not even out a full year yet, just at a year, which is crazy to think about. I was thinking about that earlier. I quit, and it probably took what, like several years for all of the DLC to come out. When did the first bit of DLC come out? When did... Yeah, they took a whole year plus. A year and a half to roll out all that DLC in 6 waves. If they do that again. Yeah, I remember we would compete together on the Wii. I was also kind of wondering if like the DS, I felt like I might have played more, both Mario Kart DS as well as Mario Kart 7 on 3DS. I probably played way more Mario Kart DS in general between those two. But thinking of my favorite is probably Double Dash. I feel like Double Dash is one that I could always go back and replay. I've said it before too. I just need to set up the GameCube to stream to, and then that we could easily be doing that. Although I've tried to do some time trials in there, and we would not be doing time trials in Double Dash. But yeah, Double Dash was great. And then our disc broke, so then like later I had to go and buy. Trying so hard to PB on Sky High Sunday. It's so hard. See, okay, Onyx. I was over on Sky High Sunday earlier, and I was getting greedy at certain parts. I could tell my soul was getting too greedy because I kept missing the jump around the curve at the end of the track, and I was just launching myself into the abyss. Whereas in the past, I used to be really good, but that's because I was trying to get as low as I possibly could on the wall this time around. So I can get it if I'm not being greedy, but I'm like you, I want to get a personal best, so I'm trying, but I didn't expect to get any personal bests today. Truly do not anticipate that because I can't tell you the last time I was doing time trials. But I'm having fun doing it again. I honestly don't feel like doing Shy Guy Bazaar. After watching the replay, I was like, I'm not going to be that great at it. And I don't really feel like doing that one. Well, let's go to Acorn Heights instead. I'm going to be a replay, but we'll just watch my replay. We won't even watch theirs. Because I'm not going to be able to do all their tricks. Anyways, I just want to remember what I can do. Because this one is hard for me sometimes. I've been so close a few times. I can feel like I can substitute. Okay, let me see what I was doing. Right, I was going for the coins at the beginning. Again, y'all, not me saving mistakes as still one of my best. Oh, when I was practicing this one, I must have gotten frustrated and gave up and just left this one in there. Yep, I was never able to get that trick that's on this one. Okay, hang on. Maybe I got it on the second and third lap. Actually, we'll keep watching. Yeah, because then you cut over here, and then you jump, and then, yeah. Although there's a much tighter way of doing that, too. Now, can I do it? No. But I can sit here and critique it. It's my driving, especially. Okay, we should be getting on the wall this time. There we go. And then we should be bouncing. Yep, there we go. Now, I can never get off that wall. Like, I can never get it to attach so that I can then bounce off that wall properly. So it created way too many issues for me, so that is probably why I accepted that I didn't nail it on all 3 laps, but I might have nailed it on the 3rd one. I might have only gotten it once. But at some point you have to accept your record is gonna have to start somewhere, and it might be starting with one that doesn't have what you need. Or it's not perfect, is really what I mean to say. Let's see if I nailed it. At least I got into the space that time. I didn't waste time trying to hit the wall. I didn't go for the coins. Oh, well, the coins are probably gone at that point anyways, I forgot. I don't even remember what my time on. Yeah, well, I'm gonna see what it looks like race on my ghost, but my time's probably not gonna be any better, and it's probably nowhere near the record. Which I'm definitely not going for any records. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad about my boosts today. I gotta lock in. Rumor has it Mario Kart's around the corner, so. Oh my god. $2.07, is that what it was? It might have been. I think a lot of mine I was trying to get, well, I was gonna say trying to get them all close to 2, but some of the tracks are a little too short for that anyways. There we go, much better. First time I flicked to the right, and I meant to flick to the left. There we go, much better. I couldn't remember if I needed to ride to the end of that one. I also do want to go for these coins that I missed at the beginning. Boo me. Here's this 2.09. Okay. Not too far off. I had some where I'm like, what was I, like 45 away from one of the records? I was like, oh my god, I did not try hard on this one at all. Honestly, I think if I had gotten those coins at the beginning, and, well, had I done a couple things different, I spent to list off like 3 or 4 things. 3 or 4 things differently, I probably could have saved 3 or 4 seconds. Makes sense, doesn't it? Okay. Well, that was fun. I'm done with this course. Change course. I don't know why I keep wanting to go to quit every time. I guess because some menus you go to quit and some you don't, but. That's not the final room. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, PD, I guess we're doing that tonight too. We're doing Kingdom Hearts tonight, but we're also getting the Lunar Feather tonight. Oh my god. Oh my god. Here I was literally gonna steal Comet's Lunar Feather. I was like, Comet, if you've got a Lunar Feather and you're not planning on using it, gimme. If you even could. Oh my god. I knew it was me. Like I said, I knew it was me. You didn't really time travel, or not time travel, time trial Acorn compared to the others. That's fair. I feel like the ones that I picked the most to time trial when I was doing time trial were really the ones that everybody was trying to pick online too, because like if you're gonna pick it every time, then yeah, I'm gonna need to to get decent at it. It's a great question. Block runes. I was focused on. I also really love Dino Jungles, so I didn't mind doing that one. I feel like Faraway Oasis was picked a fair bit, but I also really liked the tricks on that one, so that might have been me picking it. Wario Stadium was picked so much. Airship Fortress was picked so much it drove me up the wall, and I no longer like playing that one anymore. Boost Cinema's a little bit of a letdown, but I like the design at least. It's just a letdown nonetheless. DK Pass is okay. Dandelion Depths is okay. I like Toad Factory was picked a decent amount, and I do like when that one's picked because I do like Toad Factory. I feel like that one can go anyway. This one's just so long for such a straight track that I feel like is always decided really just in a competitive space, decided pretty immediate. I don't know. It just never feels like a competitive one. Everybody locks into the positions they're in, and then they're there, and it is what it is. But drive safe, Daniel. Okay, let's go to DK Pass. Actually, let me see what was my time on this one. I'm curious now. 202 is my Sky High Sunday number. And what was the ring? How far were we? 152. That's not too bad. I'll take being 10 seconds away from that one. All right, let me see DK Pass, what they've been doing over here. We got 158 as the record. Is that Optic? I didn't read it fast enough. Optic. My favorite track in my most time trial is Sky High Sunday. Sky High Sunday is really good. In this game specifically, I hated it in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So when I saw it here, I was like, I'm not gonna like it. And then started learning the tricks on the track, and I was like, oh no, this one's fun. This one's really fun. So it's definitely up there for me. I feel like Bowser's Castle is probably my favorite because I really like the jump from just cutting off that entire corner. But I absolutely love being able to make that jump. It doesn't work every time, but see, usually it's somebody bumps me off at that point. I've gotten to the point where I can nail it myself every time, but I think that was the one that made me feel the most proud of like having learned the tricks too, so it sticks to my mind. But I don't know all the tricks on that track regardless, so I definitely can't nail them all. We were doing that one earlier, and oh god. Now I'm curious to see if they're still doing that up the wall thing, or if anybody's back to doing the pole here. Nope, they're still doing up the wall. Yep. I think I was like 50-50 is probably where I was sitting. I definitely was never able to do this. I was never able to do that. Never able to do that. Well, off the tree I could. I just couldn't make it all the way around that corner. This I can do. I don't get as hugged to the wall, but you know, that's a technical skill. Comes with time of like mastering the track. Plus, they're also on Rob, which has great handling, if I remember correctly. You haven't seen this? Yeah, this one's crazy. Nothing on here is something that I haven't seen in the past before. But yeah. Is the last version of DK's Pass that you saw where they would jump the pole at the beginning? Because I still do the pole sometimes for races because it's easier and safer, and a lot of times when I'm playing with people, they might not know that one. So if I get behind, I'll use that one in my back pocket. And I'll be like, ooh, jumped you. And then they go, hey, come back. Yeah, that though, I can't get up there. I can't. Because I have to get perfectly aligned, and my brain and fingers don't move fast enough for it yet. I lassoed up the wall at the track and, oh, okay. All right, we're gonna do this one next, but I'm getting more notifications related to work, so let me just check back into them really quick and make sure none of them were needing immediate response. That one's also automated, so that's beautiful. This one also, I think it's an automated. Oh, no, it's something different. It's got a lot of words, so y'all can watch the replay one more time. But this looks like just informational, so I don't think this is anything that I'm gonna have to actually action on. There's literally a section that says no action required. But I do need to read this whole thing because there's a lot of information in here. I'm gonna make sure that I'm not skipping. Long story short, no immediate action on that one, but it was an actual, like, process change, and that was a very interesting one to read. I'm kind of curious to see how that plays out in the long run for us. And then another one where somebody's asking what my thoughts are on something that I wouldn't know the answer to anyways. Me and somebody else, but I wouldn't know. And that other person is not MIA, I know where they are, but tied up with other things, so I will wait till they respond. That's perfect timing, because that means you guys got to watch this twice. Alrighty, we're gonna quit so that we can race against My Ghost. I'm curious to see what My Ghost was doing last. I'm not gonna watch the replay on it. We're just gonna try and keep up with My Ghost as best as possible. My Ghost was probably trying to make it up the wall. It's just a matter of how many times did it make it up the wall. I know I remember getting very frustrated trying to do that one, struggling. 226. Oh, 226 against 158. You're kidding. I might have literally just like. Oh, when I said I feel close to subbing on Sunday, I meant sub 154. No, I figured that's what you meant. That's what you meant. What am I doing? Oh my god, what am I doing? Just going straight and then turning casually? I'm on a stroll. I'm gonna stroll up the mountain. So don't mind me. Me, I'd get 10 minutes. Right, Rose. So yeah, I got a lot of that. But you see, My Ghost made it up the wall. So at one point, I was able to do it. But, oops, if you don't make it up there, you can make it up that ramp and up the tree. And that's a different way of going. I'm gonna go ahead and just use my mushroom here because I want to try and catch back up to our Ghost a little bit. I want to show you guys some of... We'll restart. I wanted to show you what My Ghost can do. I might skip trying to do the wall and we might show you the other trick instead. The more simplified version of making it across this early gap here a little bit faster than the rest is to just simply hit the pole right there. Just jump off the edge straight into the pole. I've already surpassed My Ghost because My Ghost slows down a little bit in the snow, but My Ghost has a leg up. And see, I can never nail that well enough, but if you bounce out of there, you can generally bounce off this wall, and then it's just such a short hop out of here that it's like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. and then you don't need to use your mushroom, and then you can use your mushroom here to get around the corner. Hi, guys. Welcome. We're doing time trials while I work. But work is so slow. Crown City. Crown City is good. I never got good at Crown City, but I do really enjoy Crown City, especially like you can also do this too if you get stuck onto the rail. It just brings you further down, and in my opinion, slows you down. You can see my ghost was rewinding. That's why my time trial time is so much longer. I've already just passed the ghost. So technically, if we keep going, we're going to get a higher record at the pace we're at. So we might as well. Also comment, PD helped save the day again. A solar eclipse and the lunar feather. I didn't make it all the way through the house. I didn't make it all the way through the mansion. See, my ghost beat me again. Me and my ghosts are off to the races against each other. Yeah, my ghost nailed it that time. Oh, I forgot there's that little swoop into the side there. Oh yeah, my ghost beat me. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna change courses. It's King Poo! No, exactly. All of the records are King Poo, and they're unbeatable right now because I'm so out of practice. So out of practice for these time trials. Dandelion Depths might be the last one we do. I was no good at Cheap Shoot Falls. That one pisses me off. And then that's gonna bring us like closer to 5:30, which is like roughly when Farm Boyfriend is gonna. I'm 7, right? Is roughly when Farm Boyfriend's gonna get home, somewhere between like 5:30 and 6, and so then we'll spend some time together, and then we'll come back for Kingdom Hearts tonight. I'm very excited about that. Sky High Sunday is an easy one to PB on. No, definitely. I feel like because it's like if you know where, and let me go do this one again, honestly. Let's just do it again. Let's do it again. 202. This one is so much easier, and it's really just the timing at the beginning that always gets me. Here, I'll do it. Not that timing specifically, but it did get me this time. It's the timing right here of these jumps that always ends up getting me. So then I just kind of played a little bit more safely and cautiously. And then I need to just work on getting my edges to be more tight for these corners. And I have to refresh my brain on exactly how they kind of like shimmy their little floating butts through this part up here. But I always like to get the coins. I feel like that's still what the record does. What I was saying earlier too is I was getting too greedy and getting too low on this wall here. So I was creating so many issues for myself. I also loved seeing for a while this track was changing on how people were navigating it. Off the front, like, oh, what am I doing? Well, we're definitely not getting personal on this one, but like I feel like, you know, some people were going up the first rail, some people were not, some people were trying to jump to the second rail, and it's just fun seeing like all of the little minute changes because there's only so much you can do on this track, and because of that, it's really just like how well can you get the soft skills. Soft skills is probably a bad way of even phrasing that, but like how well can you nail those tight edges and being precise with things. Seeing all the micro stuff, yeah. Well, and that's exactly what the records are nowadays. Like, I don't know exactly how long it took for the records to set in, but the records that are in nowadays, really the only way that you're ever going to break those records is by making tiny micro adjustments. We were watching earlier Dino Jungle. I saw a spot in there that I felt like was a little bit too slow. Now it's possible that that's just simply the way that that's going to be. That was set by Alberto, who generally holds records. He was holding so many records on 8 Deluxe. I don't know if he carried that over as well here. It doesn't seem like nearly as across the board for him holding the records. And I don't know if that's a choice or if people have been beating him, but I am glad to see. I was so hyped in the first sub. 1.53 happened in Sky High, right? Getting like within seconds, like that's got to feel so good. When the game first came out, I was getting incredibly close to a Dino Jungle record. And that would have been like so fun. That would have been so fun. But, you know, that record would have been smashed by this day. I didn't mean to hit quit. I meant to change courses. But I think I might also be running low on the courses I said I wanted to do. But I do want to push till 5:30. We did do Wario. I said I'd do Dandelion Depths. Let's do the replay. I'm having Alberto one already. I'm curious to see what Alberto did then. So Alberto previously was 120. Oh. Alberto's not on the map anymore. Dandelion Depths is really pretty. I just don't like the water here. It also in some parts just feels like doing the same thing over and over and over way too much. We can do Bowser's Castle again. We have done Bowser's Castle, but I'll show you Bowser's Castle again because I like doing Bowser's Castle. First, I'm gonna download this ghost data though, and we're gonna view the replay because I'm super curious to see what this one looks like. I don't remember enough of what's actually on this one in terms of the tricks, so I'm definitely gonna rely a little bit on my ghost as to what I was doing. But I'm also gonna see what I can pick up here. Yeah, so we hug and tight, we go, and then are they gonna try and trick the edges here? Because I can't do that. Yeah, I can't ever get these edges as neatly. Like riding on the edge with half my card dangling, I can't do that. Oh yeah, and I'm not gonna be able to get all of those dirt boosts. Oh, I've never seen that. Interesting. And then how did they get through the fence without slowing down? That part I felt like I missed. And then, yeah, you want to do that small jump there. Oh my god. Again, I'm not going to be able to hug those corners. And then they're just going to go and do it again. That's so crazy. I'm really confused on how that fence is not slowing them down. It looks like they're literally just bumping at one time, but like it's not slowing them down at all. They must truly have enough speed, but they're not using a mushroom there. They're saving the mushroom for this cut here, which makes sense because this is the biggest cut that you would use a mushroom on. But like, Wiggler can't go under it. Wiggler can't go under it. He's too big. It's also so funny that they put this tiny little Wiggler on a cart. I mean, meanwhile in Mario Party they have the giant Wiggler. I think I get they probably come and in Mario Kart 8. I don't remember the course name now, but there's a track where it's in there. I was surprised when playing with Kizzy recently that I was able to still retain enough of my 8 Deluxe knowledge. Because one time I had tried to play 8 Deluxe again, and it did not go well for me. It did not go well for me. I could do that. We'll do it then, comment. I'm on hiatus. Race against Ghost. We're going to race against my Ghost. Bet. All right, now I'm curious to see what my Ghost was doing. Not half of that, that's for sure. Half of that wasn't even existing at that point in time. I wonder if Alberto didn't like the tricks. That almost wouldn't surprise me. I could see a world where people were like, oh, okay, the tricks are a bit excessive for me. Yeah, I'm much more, let me hug in the inside as much as I can. Oops. Trick a little bit, and then... But you know what? Why don't we try and see if we can do this? Where did they nail it? Okay. So no, I can't. See? I bounce off of it. I bounce off of it the second I touch it. Oh shit. Oh my god. I tried to... This is not one we need to be time trialing. Let's just change course. Let's just change course. We're gonna go back to Bowser's Castle. We're gonna go back to Bowser's Castle. Have you tried not king pooing? No, I king pooed all over myself. Alright, Bowser's Castle, Bowser's Castle, Bowser's Castle. We've got this. Oh, a comment. You missed earlier. Before we get into... I king pooed my pants. You missed what the record looks like. I'm gonna show you that before I do it. Which I can't do what they do, but... It gagged me at the beginning. That's you? Right. Why'd you pick Wario? Because he has a fat ass. Well, you did really good there. It's kind of like you were actually just flying through. No, that's what I'm saying, calm. Mind you, if you touch the lava there, you fall off. So you have to go underneath the lava right there. The Wario, the W on Wario's hat stands for Woody. Because he's got a big old Woody. Yeah, that's insane to me. So I can do some of that. I can do some of that. Not all of that. I can do some of that. And then this jump here, I'm about 10% on. This I cannot do. I've touched that lava every single time, so I've simply given up on trying that one. I can do all of it if I wanted to. True, 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 true. I think any of us can do that. Both of you. Oh my god. All right, we're not racing against that ghost. We are going to race against my ghost. But I will do this one again. I'll show you how much of it I can do. My 228 against their 209. Jeez. I mean, I'm impressed to even be that close to their score, honestly, with how many tricks are in this one. Okay, so great start, great start, great start. Right, we're gonna restart, we're gonna restart. How much they skip is crazy. Yeah. No left, me too, comment. They even skipped breakfast. Probably. The people playing this probably skip breakfast frequently. Okay, well... Y'all that were here earlier know that I made it the first time I did it. You nibbled. My ghost ate. Me nibbled. Oh, I forgot I could have used my... Whatever, we'll use it over in this part. think this is actually where I was seeing that. Oh my. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Okay, you ate. And then I what? I threw up. I threw up and shit the bed. I king pooed. We're gonna restart. We're gonna restart. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Fine. We got it. We got it. I was very close on that one. Right. So they hate me. I was gonna say you king poo, but then you immediately went for it. King Poo. May the power of King Poo compel you. Hi, Moss Green City. Hope you're doing well. We're King Pooing the bed right now. Oh, all right, I jumped too late. Daniel was asking earlier, like how I kind of learned some of this. So you'll see if I can point it out well enough. There's like certain paint markers that are on the wall and on the rail that indicate to me this is where I need to go. So like this crease, this crease that's right here, right here at this paint in this corner, and then you're aiming for this sign of this wall, and then you jump off and you're aiming for that sign up there, the blue warning sign. When you hit that, then it automatically kind of brings you into this direction here, and you're auto tricking. So then you should just jump around this corner into that corner. But it doesn't always work at every single time. I king pooed your dad last night. Wait. Right. Now this time in Spanish comment. Now what the hell happened there? Don't make me mad. Give me one single lap where I've made it through all of it. No hablo. I king pooed your food last night. It was a lovely dinner. What a beautiful compliment. It's making me so angry. What is happening? I'm tricking. I promise I'm tricking. Y'all don't make me shake the controller. I hate shaking the controller. I feel so uncivilized when I'm shaking my controller for Mario Kart. I'm like, what are we doing? We're not here drunk off of our... In the arms. See, and he's King Poo because in Choco Mountain he gets covered in chocolate. Here, he's just simply King Lava, King Fire. You just took a nap, so you're all sweaty. I get the same way. If I take a nap, if I go to sleep, I sweat through my sleep. So I'm always covered in sweat. I immediately have to take a shower after I wake up from a nap or wake up. But that's a side effect of Lexapro, so that is what it is. You just got back from work and you're so sweaty? Ooh, see, work makes me sweaty sometimes too. Certain things at work can make me real sweaty. I'm not sure why I can't make it over that jump. Oh my god, Lexapro sister. Yeah, it's Lexapro that gives me night sweats, so anytime I sleep. Colorblind Lexapro sister. Hey twin. We look like two. Just like me and Izzy. Oh my god, we're triplets. Sister, we're triplets. Okay, I'm done with this course. Change the course, change the course. Change the course. Change the course. That might honestly be the last one I do. Let me see if there's another one that like jumps out that I kind of wanna go do again. Blue Cinema, they never made intro. You know what? Let's watch a few more. I might not actually time trial them, but I am actually curious to see some of the other records on here. So let's do the replay. That sounds like a little bit more what I want to do right now. I'm bored with the time trials myself now. But I want to see what some of the records on some of the other ones that I haven't looked at in so long are going to be. Yeah, I remember this. Jump across here and then... Oh! So how did you go through the rails? Right, Pooh Cinema. Look at all those poos. Okay. I'm surprised riding on there is still faster. Because it spins in an opposite direction of where your tires are headed. But on the second lap it speeds up. So in the past I thought it was faster to be off of it and then move in it on the second. I don't know how people have done that. The trick right there has never made sense to me. Okay, so much has changed. They just found an earlier part to jump onto. And then it hooks onto that rail, or maybe I just don't recall there being a rail there at the top. And then otherwise, yeah, you're just hugging the walls, very traditional time trial here. Hugging walls and trying to get as close in to the perfect lines. Oh, I didn't notice that on the first lap. They did the same thing. But jumping down instead of flying off. You move slower in the air, so it makes sense why they did that, but I didn't notice that on the first lap. I'm also just so confused on how they're going through the rails without slowing down still. That doesn't make any sense to me. Poonama, like a poo enema. They literally just bumped the rail lap one to break it, I think. Well, that makes sense, like, for the... if it doesn't regenerate on the later laps, but, like, it didn't look like they got slowed down at all. So, like, they do slow down a tiny bit, then I just totally missed them slowing down. Like, I missed them jumping off the end. Let me watch that first part real quick. I just want to see it. And then we won't watch the whole thing on this one. I guess they do slow down just a little bit, yeah, and then they kind of like bounce to the right of it, and then it's probably gone out of their way, because it doesn't look like they bump into the second rail. But I want to see them jump off the end here at the beginning, on the first lap, I should say, not at the beginning. Yeah, they just jump off the edge there. That's so interesting. That's probably also where you can make tiny adjustments too if you get closer to the edge. You're Protanopic. Right. Protanopic. I can never pronounce them. Okay, quit, and then we're gonna pick a different race to view. Because I don't want to time trial that one, that's for sure. Which other ones have we not viewed? You know, I haven't seen this one in a while, but I don't remember it being that interesting. I'm curious if they've since made it maybe interesting. We have Jack again. Jack is the star of Mario Kart World, it appears. Because I feel like I've seen 3 or 4 now. Protanopic. Okay, got it. Protanopic. Right, I jacked your dad last night. That's what they used to call you in college? You're still in college. Okay, remember this. Jump there. And then we're doing the same thing here. We're gonna jump like up to this ledge and try and ride that edge. I could never get onto the edges very well, so I was never very good at this track, shortcuts. I also never found the shortcuts that helpful. No, I'm still in college. Yeah, and then you use 2 mushrooms to get across there. And I think that's really it in terms of the big fun tricks that are on this track. I think for the most part, yeah, you're just kind of like squeezing between things. I do think you jump onto a ledge up here. Yeah, jump up into the ledge here. I think we're cutting with another mushroom against the ground up here. Oh no, we're jumping on this edge, never mind. Where are we using this last mushroom? It's so funny seeing them just continue to shortcut through the dirt because it is faster. It is faster. So that last one. Oh, I haven't seen that last jump at the end. I'm pretty good at this track because I just rely on my drifting abilities when I'm against other people online. And generally most people are not skilled at the drifting on this track. So I'm able to make my way through this one. I also will get the items I need on this track. I'll get the items I need on this track. Quit. No, online with the girly pops recently, I have not won on this one. Moo Moo Meadows, I'm curious to see what it looks like, but I can't imagine much has changed from what I recall this one looking like. Kinzo. Kinzo, we're watching your replay. So Kinzo, if I remember correctly, you might not do anything on the first lap too much, but if you do, you're going to jump up into that rail right there that you're headed towards. Yeah. Off the wall, onto the rail again, onto the cow, onto the rail. Off, and then we're going to go past these cows here, and the next jump should take us like through these cows onto the rail to the left there. Yeah, onto the rail to the left there, off the tree. King Moo. Yeah, they've been getting closer and closer with this jump here. Jumping onto the cow was a later addition. Originally, people were just like pulling into it. Queen Moo. It would be Queen Moo. It would be Queen Moo. Or are we following the Minecraft rules? You know, we could follow Minecraft rules too. Surely the rules are up to us, I guess. Transmass cow. Queen Moo. King Moo, Queen Moo. You decide. Yeah, that's what I'm more used to, is busting through the hay bales with a mushroom there. It's also really interesting to see, though, that they haven't used all of their mushrooms. So I'm curious to see how they plan on using 2 mushrooms in the final lap. These fences are also incredibly easy to break if you miss them. So you have to nail the trick, which like you have to nail the trick kind of regardless, but like I can never nail those fences very well. I can do this jump maybe 40% of the time, so I don't tend to do it. I have a different strategy that I will never reveal on this track. But it doesn't always pan out for me, so I need to get a better one. And that's Moo Moo. Moo Moo Meadows. They still call it Moo Moo Meadows here, right? They didn't change it to Moo Moo Farms or something. I could do that. No, they kept Moo Moo Meadows, thank you. They changed some of them, I think. There was like one I remember they changed the name of, right? Or am I making that up? Peach Beach. That's new. Wario Shipyard, DK Pass. Maybe I'm making that up. They combined tracks here with Mario Circuit. You did that. We didn't view Dry Bones Burnout because I know that I'm not going to remember this one well enough to even try and time trial it, but let's view the replay. I'm very excited to get into Trinpoo. I'm really excited to get into Kingdom Hearts later. Very excited about that. I'm trying to think where we left off last. We beat Clayton, so we've got 3 bosses down. We might have to derail though, now that I can get that lunar feather. I can get that lunar feather. That might derail me too much, because the second I get that, then I'm going to be like, oh, let's go to Crescent Tower, and then shiny hunt, and then we're going to be there for a while. The other thing I said too is that I might want to try and get the shiny charm before we shiny hunt the legendaries again. But I've made no effort since yesterday to do that. Here we are playing Mario Kart instead. Because I don't know, time trials were calling out to me today for some reason. They were calling out to me. Yeah, this one's a lot of edge riding as well. And only a couple cool tricks and shortcuts here. And not much that had changed from when this track first was getting its shortcuts. Like that jump right there that we just saw, that was pretty early on. This section here has changed a little bit. Some folks were using the cliff that, like they were going to that wall, a lot of edging. Exactly. Jumping off that wall was like one of the very first things people had discovered. I think you miss an item box if you do that at the beginning. I could be mistaken though, but I feel like you're giving up something like a coin or an item box. But it's worth it. But jumping here, you used to jump onto that rail. It looks like they've since found a way you can shorten that. You can jump up here though. Some people jump onto this wall and then from that wall to the left a bit further, but now it looks like they've got a bit more of a direct path. Sometimes I still get stuck on the wall in a position where like then I jump to the left and that's the only thing that I can land on. So I'm not very good at time trialing this one. I could do all of that. Well, do a comment. Integer, do a solo. Who's she gonna give it to? The Integer? There's nobody else here on the team. Let's go view Crown City. I'm not gonna do Crown City, but I do like it. Crown City's just very long. You need 180k more points. Comet can do all of that. I saw him do it all last week. All right, I'll believe you. I believe you. All right, view rankings. Who's holding it? Pluto City. Pluto City in Crown City. Thank you, Petey. Oh, no. View replay. Jeez, I don't need to try and race against it. We wouldn't see it. Our phones were dead, though, so no pics or fits. Right. And in 2 different countries. And I know Comet didn't stream it. You flew. Comet flew. And Petey walked. So there's a lot of timing on this track here. You'll see they're bouncing off the cars. The cars are going to be positioned in certain positions depending on the time in which you are in the lap. So again, this is one of those similar to Dino Jungle that if you are missing early, oh my god, I've not seen that. Did they cut the grass? It used to be that you would use a mushroom there. I don't know if he would do it on the time trials. You might have actually had to go around. They might have held on to it, but you can see like those cars have to be where they are, otherwise you're not going to be able to trick there. And then you don't get the speed boosts that come from all those extra tricks. Actually, no, I cycled because I'm Dutch. Fair. Oh my god, here comes Comet. Are we gonna see Comet's time trials? Comet, have you ever done time trials?
Hello?
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 Hi, Comet. Hunk boy, you're supposed to drive on the right side of the road. Unless you're British, then you're supposed to drive on the... Yeah, no, I drive on the right side. Not here. I drive wherever I want. Hearing my echo on your streams. Or on your stream, on your chat. Are we going to Mario Kart World? God bless. Mario Kart World, here we come. Let's see Comet's time trials. The funny thing is I found out you can see your friends' time trials on here because I accidentally saw Evan and Caleb's on one of the tracks. And I will say my time trial score was higher. Not to brag. But we've also seen, I have some on here that are goofy time trials. I have no idea what theirs was. They've also beaten me in so many, so. The lag is sending me. The lag on your Mario Kart World.
Wait, how do I?
How do you get to time trials? It's single player.
Wait, no.
Right.
Sorry, my friend was player one, so it's like on her settings. Okay. Okay, what do you want to see?
Take us to where yeah, let's see. What do you have? Do you have you done any time trials? Right. Not a single one.
No, watch this. Watch this. Okay, hold on. Watch this.
Right. Mario Kart World Switch 1 edition, no, literally.
Watch this. Watch this. I'm King Pooh.
You're King Pooh? Okay. Right. Screen sharing has ended. Comments left the chat. Okay, off to the next time trial. Oh my god, that was so funny. So, that person seems super cool and sexy. And what else are the other ones? Handsome, sexy, cool, smart. Let's watch the replay on this one. I honestly, Starview Peak, I really wish it was better as a track. Like, I love Super Mario Galaxy. Right, Petey. That was definitely one of the other codes. That was a code for Calyx. Calyx equals I'd like to suck. Oh my god, view the replay, view the replay. All right, I'm getting more emails too, so let me read those while y'all watch the replay. Perfect, and we got an answer on that one, but I was waiting for the other person to answer. Yay! All right, we're good. Nothing that I need to look at. Let me double check though that I'm not missing notifications in another place. Oh. No, I haven't seen any there. Again, we're really trying to stay out of the water on this one because the water slows you down. Oh my god, they got so technical that one. Oh my god. Riding against the side? I haven't seen that. Should I get a boba? Personally, I don't care. Alex equals nail my dong. Oh my god. Personally, I don't care for boba, so I would say no. That's gonna be my vote. My vote's no. Yeah, cut across that. That makes sense. And then try and just get the speed boost out of this one because you're flying, barely touching the water. And then you're off onto the rail. In the past, mushrooms have been saved for that right there for me personally, because I can't get on this edge like they do. There's no way. Me too, they were super sexy, and their Mario Kart gameplay was sick. Right, Colin? Except their Mario Art World game. Not their Mario Kart World gameplay. And that's really the end of this one. I'm not actually... That's how boring this track is to me. The shortcuts on it aren't that fun. They're not worth learning to me. I win pretty well on that one. Depends, but curious if Desert Hills got a little more interesting. I know it got slightly more interesting at the end, but I can't imagine much has changed with this one. Desert Hills was also not super exciting, but you know, there's supposed to be easier courses on here too. Like you can't have them all be to Bowser's Castle level. Like that wouldn't be fun for people that are trying to learn the basics. So we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna go get a boba. Enjoy your boba anyways. Okay, well, I'm getting it anyway. Slay, gay. Good night, Comet, even though it's not actually good night. I'll see you later for Kingdom Hearts. It'll be fun. We're gonna be back for that probably at like 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock. I don't know, Eastern. So what is that? 3 hours from now, maybe we'll be back. We'll probably wrap up here in the next over the next 13 minutes. So nothing great. Spawn King Poo. I need to download Mario characters so that we can add them to stream avatars, but I know I'm running out of space in my stream avatars because I downloaded free Pokemon. There's only so many slots I have. They made it a little bit more fun at the end there, but honestly, and that's like a trick that I would never do online. So they've only made the time trial part of this like a little bit more interesting, but if I don't need the time trial shortcut in an online match, then I'm not going to use it, and I'm not going to focus on learning it in time trials because I know I'm not going to get the record, because I don't want to put that much time, energy, and effort into it. He spawned King Boo. King Fu the Toros. All right, that's it for that one. Hola, ¿cómo estás? She's a good one. DK Spaceport I might check on. Yeah, that's probably the last one because we've really looked at everything else. Toad's Factory, I guess we didn't actually look at this one. We'll do Toad's Factory and then we'll do DK Spaceport to round things out, and then we'll be looking to see if there's anybody we can raid, maybe. Let me see while we view the replay. Who else is live? Who else is live? Luna might be ending soon, but I hope it's live. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything new so far, which I didn't anticipate to see anything too new. Oh. What are we doing here? That's faster? I mean, I can see how that's faster, but like, then why were we doing that trick for so long? Did they make Toad's Factory boring again? I liked the trick that we had at the end here. It was a fun one to learn because it wasn't that hard, and it still felt fun to do. Interesting, yeah. Earlier, for those that were here, we were jumping off those two rails that are in the sky, jumping from one to the next. But now they're just going straight to the ground. Toad slop. Exactly. They've made this slop. They're still not going to do it. Nope. And it makes sense. I mean, that does seemed like it would be faster, but huh. Well, it's still a worthwhile shortcut if you don't have the mushroom there at the end, because you can jump over all of that without a mushroom. It's just interesting that I guess there's not a place on the track that makes more sense to use that mushroom. So it's probably why they just go straight to the ground. Not as fun. Not as fun when you do that. To me, at least. To me. All right, we'll do GK Spaceport, and then we're going to raid out. I'm just going to check and see. Oop, not my replay. View rankings. We're going to download. I do not know how to pronounce that one, that's for sure. View replay. And we're going to start. And then I'm going to see if Luna's ending soon. If Luna's ending soon, then we'll probably raid into Opal. Unless, of course, Opal's ending soon, too. But let me pop into their streams and see what everybody's doing. Opal says Tomodachi. That is Tomodachi. I was thinking it was Pokopia because of the end credits with the rocket ship. Now, Opal might be ending too. Although I've only been live for 2 hours, so maybe not, maybe not. What is Luna got going on? Okay, Luna's actually ending. Enjoy your lurk. Enjoy your lurk. Okay, that is the end of time trials. Though, for some reason, the thought hit me. Why don't I just go ahead and get that lunar feather now before we end things? Before we end things, let's go get that lunar feather. Let's go do that. I'm gonna close out of Mario Kart, and then I need to switch us to this screen. Solar eclipse screen, and then you guys bear with me as I switch it on my end too. So I see that screen. Perfect. There's that screen. We're probably still gonna be zoomed in, but that's okay. No, the lunar feather really is calling to me. You guys can have zoomed in. I'll play on not full screen while we do this, so that I don't have to readjust the screen size. This made it so much easier for me. PD, I was saying last night too, I was like, well, there's one thing you can't foolproof, and that's me closing the game out. You're going to need to add one of those. Are you sure you want to close the game toggles? I can toggle on and off for shiny hunting. No, that's taking it too far. Please don't add that. But we were here shiny hunting Deoxys yesterday. But then I was like, I think I should go get the shiny charm so that we improve our odds, since this is a longer process than using the Dex nav. Okay, we need to go to Alice Mansion, which is up this way. She's over here? Here? No, here, right? Yeah, Dimensional Forest. Why is it not? There we go. Hi, Luna. Hi, Raiders. Are you sure? Pretty sure. Threw a trash bag into space. Hi, Raiders. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hello. 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 Oh, went home on the egg lock. I gotta catch up on the egg lock. We were starting at the same time. And I was like, oh my God, Luna's going live, and I'm literally clicking start stream. No, I'm missing it. But I needed to get some time trial in. I was feeling the need to time trial. So We got in some Mario Kart World time trials. I've got that itch out now. I don't have the need for it anymore. But we were actually about to end things here ourselves too. I was looking at you to see if we could raid in, and then you said, "Thank you, everyone." I said, "Okay, we're not raiding into." But I see Opal's live, so we might be raiding into Opal. I was also monitoring to see if Opal was ending relatively soon. Opal's been live for 2 hours, so I don't think so. But he was at the end credits a second ago for Tamagotchi, so jump scared you with the early start. I'll get the pot up so you can catch up. Thank you, thank you. You know I need it. Otherwise, I'll just go to Twitch. But I lurked, so my streak should be fine. Oh, did I click off of it on accident? I did. Oops. There we go. Okay. There we go. I was just trying to move the mouse and I think I accidentally clicked. Okay. Also, I think I'm supposed to go up. Maybe? Let me look up. Yeah, I'm supposed to go to this side. Also, I realized you guys don't have any music because I had turned the music off while we were shiny hunting. Right now, we're just hunting down the lunar feather. So no specific shiny. But the lunar feather will be able to get us access to Crescent Tower. And when we get access to Crescent Tower, we can shiny hunt Cresselia, which is what we were going to start doing last night. And then I bungled it. Apparently, I didn't make it to all the rooms. Because I'm just an idiot. Oh, so. Now we should be going to the master bedroom. We just have to not really solve, but like re-enter all of the rooms so that we can get the puzzle completed here. Because it hadn't been turned off. Yeah, the ambience was the only thing that I left on. Oh. Oh, and then I need to go up, right? Do I go this way? Yeah. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a shiny along the way. That's why I don't want to use any kind of repels. Oh, but PD, we did get some shinies last night. I'll show you those. And anybody else that's curious to see them. It does still say I'm playing Mario Kart World. What a shame. Solar Eclipse. Done. Oh, nope. And then it didn't actually change. Weird. Solar Eclipse. Sometimes it does that. It makes me do it twice. Okay, that should have actually changed at that time. Because it stayed on my end. But like as soon as I clicked done, it reverted back to Mario Kart. I king pooed myself when I loaded it. King pooed myself is so funny. Oh my god. Into the SCT in pure silence until all of a sudden Wow. That's so funny. No, it's funny because sometimes I've like turned the music off and I haven't realized that I've turned it off. And then I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh wait, we're sitting in silence. We're sitting in silence. Because sometimes I'll have the music playing for myself and nobody else can hear it. But I'm not sitting in silence. You guys are the only ones sitting in silence. But I'm glad you guys can hear music now. Right now we're listening to the sounds of Animal Crossing. But honestly, I feel like this is fitting for being in the mansion right now. It's very chill music, at least. Oh, I overran it. Also, I was saying yesterday, I was like, oh, you are sitting in silence, aren't you? Oh my god. No, you're not. Now you're not. Now you're listening to Animal Crossing with me. Now where... I didn't actually look at what you had sent. I read the first message. This isn't the final room. It's the master bedroom upstairs. Oh. Oh. So I probably need to leave out of here then to get upstairs. You and I lie, know exactly. Okay, this way, this way, this way, this way. And there goes Macarena, shining for all of us. Oh, well, actually, while I'm thinking about it again. Oh, I don't have them on the team because I didn't want them to level up. We got a super shiny Twink Master. I forgot we named it that. Nankata. And we got 2 shiny Nankatas as well. 2 regular shiny Nankatas. Nina and Jennifer have arrived. Those are the only shinies we caught because I was like, I feel like we should still walk away with the shiny at the end of shiny hunting, and I just knew we were not going to get Deoxys at the rate we were going. The Vanillix is really pretty. I like the Vanillix so much. Okay, I totally missed this door up here the first time. I will not let you take away I will not let you take away our dream. I won't let you. Right, so I never defeated them. Am I double battling them? Oh, that's so fun. Well, we're about to whoop their asses because we're leveled. Leveled for life. Yeah, just beat them up together. Just beat them up together, honestly. Let's see if we can get a flinch. This is revenge for the first hour of the game. This lunar feather is about to be mine, for sure. How did I walk away out of here with like no reward at the end? I felt rewarded just with the puzzle, I guess. And the Pokemon that I caught. I'm like, what did I think was my reward? Okay, Air Slash. We're gonna go ahead and get leaving out of here. Thank you. That's true. I did read all the lore that was in here about Al. Now, do I recall it? I'd have to reread it. Oh, also, PD, can you confirm for me? Is it like New Game Plus or something like that? Like if I talked to that guy that put me in the bed at Crescent Tower, he started the game back over for me, and I immediately closed out because I was like, wait, I don't want to lock into this. But is it like New Game Plus and then you're playing with the same team? I was very confused by it. I figured it was somewhere in the documentation or something. It is indeed a start New Game Plus. Okay. Then I think we will definitely be doing that at some point sooner rather than later. Sooner than I had originally thought we would play the game again, but that sounds fun. That sounds like a lot of fun. Also, we'll Air Slash. Let's see if we can. Okay. I figured it was fine. Here's a little info tab that explains it. Okay. I was reading some of that info and I read it so fast that I had already read it twice. I didn't want to read it a third time. I was going to read it off stream. But I figured, let me ask you while you're here. Also, I could have air slashed Gallade. I forget that Gallade's fighting. Not that it matters. Again, we're so over leveled for this. Yeah, immediately closing. It seemed like you started instead of saving, then closing, and then going to Discord. Guys, is my save lost forever? Why were there only 3 warnings? I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm understanding this correctly, that this New Game Plus, like, this is not what I wanted. I was like, this isn't sending me to Cresselia. So we gotta go. We gotta go. And we left. Farmbo missed? Macarena. Deal with it. Farmbo, what are you doing? Anyways, Macarena's here. I don't know what Farmbo was doing. Farmbo said, I'm not worried about it. I'm level 99. This is beneath me. Farmbo washed. Poppy, I've been waiting for a while now. Won't you come with me? You know how much of a mess I can make doing research. Won't you help me? Weren't you here when I went back to Alice Mansion? I can't believe you let me leave without finishing it. Of course, I'll gladly follow you, Alice. Anywhere. And just like that, it was all a dream. Although to be fair, it's like late night when you're here. So I'll give you a pass regardless. You obtained a lunar feather. Now we have it, a feather that glows like the moon. It's said to possess the power to dispel nightmares. Oh, and there's another Pokeball up here. TM, Psyshock. That would have been one we would have used too. Did we ever catch Mimikyu? I might have actually gotten a Mimikyu from trading with the Mystery Man. This game is really well made. It's been so much fun playing this. Yeah, and now Alice Mansion is healed. The phantom fog is gone. It's lifted. Also, how important is it that I keep the Pichu that comes from this? I heard a rumor that I might need that Pichu. Is that true? I think I traded him to the Mystery Man. I might be mistaken about that, especially if the game doesn't give you an option to do it. But like, I think my Pichu's gone. It's not story important. True, true. Where is Pichu? Do we have Pichu in this box? You see the way we don't have the Pichu in any of these boxes right here? That means I've traded Pichu. That means Pichu got sucked up by the Mystery Man at some point, so... If there's any addition... That's what I thought. I thought there was a legendary lock behind there from what I was saying. That we can work around, because I'm sure I can probably get Comet's Pichu if Comet hasn't traded their Pichu away. And use it to my advantage. I would imagine that might be workable. That's so funny. Maybe that one needs to be not able to trade to the Mystery Man and then just leave people confused on why. That's so funny. Who was even locked behind it? Was that... Let me go back to... I was reading in the Discord. Somebody had posted... the shinies. At least like the start for each of the shinies. Not the shinies, the legendaries. Whatever, I'm not fixing it. No, that's so fair. I know you're almost done with like, if you're not already done with 1.8, like that's where you're done. I think I need to check this one. Meloetta. Okay, we can live without that. We can live without Meloetta. That's fine. Is it only one of the Meloettas that's locked? Or is it both Meloettas that would be locked now? You said it might only be one. You accidentally made one of the legendaries permanently unobtainable. I'm going to release a new update like tomorrow or something. I'm a bit tired, TBH, but also going on holiday for the next month. Yeah, that'll be exciting. I know you'd mentioned you were going both, right? Since it depends on the move. Yeah, I guess that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, well, RIP Meloetta. If y'all wanted to see shiny Meloetta, you're not seeing it here unless we do it at the end of New Game Plus, potentially. I would imagine in New Game Plus, we would get the Pichu again. might do it that way. We could. We'll see. But I want to go to Crescent Tower now. Oops, I'm clicking the wrong things. I want to go to Crescent Tower now. I know I said we'd end like 10 minutes ago, but you can get it again in New Game Plus. See, perfect. Let me pull the keyboard back to a usable spot. Okay, we're gonna fly to Crescent Tower, which is in Meyerfield. Yesterday I kept calling it Cresselia Tower until I went into the map and it said Crescent Tower, and I said, yeah, I feel stupid. Let's also shop, but I don't know if we can get everything I want to get here. I want to get some more quick balls. Because I think I'm down to a single quick ball after yesterday's shiny hunting. She's the one that usually sells the unique balls anyways. But she doesn't have them. So we'll run to Gardenia, where I know they are. There we go, fly. Sorry, my nose was itching, so I needed my hand. Gardenia's this way, right? Up here? I'm so bad at remembering the map. Gardenia's, we started down in this general direction, right? Halianthus, yeah, Route 1, Gardenia Town. See, I knew I was heading in the right direction. Holtlanth also has quick balls. See, that I don't remember. I always just remember, now that I have access to everything here in this building, at least like the department store, which I don't remember which city that one's in. That department store should have everything. But also, I know I can run up here and shop from these people, right? Right? Or do they only have potions now that I'm getting all the way up here? Well, we'll find out. Imagine she didn't have quick balls. I was like, I'm not seeing them yet. Let's go with, I don't know. I've maxed out my money. So let's go ahead and just buy 100. And then I can't dig my way out of here. Okay. I was also worried she didn't have quick balls. I was like, wait, why would you put balls though in the academy? Because like, we don't really need them when we're going into the tournament. So like, maybe you didn't put them in there, but I felt like I remembered seeing, oh, can I use it here? Oh, no, I'm not SOSing. Okay, and then we're going to Meyerfield. Oh, I could have used the SOS device. See, and I have the money for it too. The whole time I kept telling myself I was never going to use it because I was like, I'm not spending my money to get myself out of somewhere. You can't make me. All right, we quick save to just, I believe it's at the top of the tower is where I need to go, but we'll quick save again. Oh, sorry, I forgot I can't walk through walls. Also, y'all give me 1 second. Okay, sorry. Had to make sure. Our boyfriend's at the grocery store, so he had some questions. Had to make sure we were on the same page. Alrighty, sir. What happens if I talk to you? The lunar Pokemon blesses us with pleasant dreams and protects us from dreadful nightmares. We need to make sure that she knows that we are grateful to her. Wait, that feather. Would you let me take a closer look? It's a lunar feather. Oh. I can't believe I'm seeing it with my own eyes. It's glowing with such beautiful light. Could it be? Exactly, grocery run. Yeah, he's coming back from work, so like it's just so much easier. Now you don't look shiny, but that's okay. My goodness, it's her, the lunar Pokemon. She's dreamed you worthy of meeting her. Oh, I feel like I'm going to faint. Go. She's saying that she wants to properly meet you. Also, I was curious, Petey, does this animation show up shiny first, like the first art that we see of her, or is it just going to be the second time around? That's when we would see her shiny. Also, Solarium. Oh my God. You beef this girl up. You beef this girl up. Goodbye, girl. Goodbye. I figured you were, and I was like, there's no way that they spent extra time going and editing that extra intro there. So let me refresh my brain on what she looks like shiny. I did that yesterday, and then it's already escaped me. Cresselia shiny. That's what I thought. She's that blue, purple, and green. I didn't actually get shiny Deoxys. It definitely seemed like that one was going to be such a pain trying to reset for that. So I was like, I'll probably try to get this shiny charm before we like really dedicate into shiny charm or shiny hunting the legendaries across the board. But I was curious how this one is going to look too. And now that we're here, we might as well just kill a little bit more time. Shiny on, I'm kind of interested to see. What if we get it super fast? What if we get it super fast? Who knows? Who knows? My luck was not nearly as strong last night, though. As much as we walked away with 3 shinies, that took almost 500 things of honey till we got there. And we were going for the super shiny. So I will say, you know, 500, that's still very, very good, just compared to what we hit that other night. Did you need to catch the legendaries for the shiny? Well, you would know. Unless you get the legendaries for someone else. So really you'd only be able to like effectively shiny hunt them? Would you be able to do that in New Game Plus? Or I guess you'd have to start the Pokédex all over, so probably not. That's so true. Well, then I guess we're doing it without the shiny charm. I was going to look into what the requirements were, and I hadn't made it that far. That's so true. If I have to finish the decks, you could do it in New Game Plus. Okay, interesting. Maybe we consider doing that. Who knows? Who knows? Right now, we're definitely going to continue on the path of what we're doing. See if we can get one. Pretty sure you keep your Pokédex. That would make sense since we're keeping a lot of the same Pokemon. I don't know why I keep trying to run every time. The force of habit from yesterday, I guess. Getting into the groove of shiny hunting with the Dex nav. Oops. Make sure I click on the right thing. There we go. Cresselia. There's also a great chance we hit 100 hours in this game, especially knowing that we're doing New Game Plus at some point. We definitely will. Assuming that doesn't change our hours. I can't imagine it would. Y'all are gonna see me hit 100 hours in this game. I mean, we're already in 60, so 60, 61, something like that. Also, I don't need to sit here and wait for the full animation to go. I can be doing this a little bit quicker. But also, I'm not necessarily in a rush. It'd be great to catch it faster, yes, but then the hunt's over. But also, if we caught it super fast, I would be really impressed. The good thing with Deoxys, at least, was I was able to save before, like, interacting with the last, so I didn't have to, like, re-register a Pokemon every time. I was curious if that was something that I was going to end up having to do, and I did not have to register a Pokemon to the crystal every time, which wouldn't have been the end of the world, because I would have just kept the right Pokemon to register each time, but, like, now I don't have to run around. Yeah, no need for New Game Plus, and I'm so glad that you've boosted these quick balls to just basically be the Master Ball. Oh, thank you. I was so curious how that would work against a legendary. Oh my god. Well, folks, there goes the shiny hunt for Cresselia. And there goes the shiny hunt for Cresselia. Literally, I guess no. Wow, Cresselia! Cresselia, we gotta give you a nickname. I'm almost tempted to name you Quickie. I'd be gonna quickly shiny hunt. Farm boy, apparently. So funny, because Deoxys was not coming fast last night at all. It was not. It was not. We were gonna move over to Shaman, but I didn't have the request from Gilbert yet, so I'm not sure what's going to trigger that for Gilbert, but I figured I would work my way through some of the other legendaries first, so I had moved over to Deoxys because Deoxys was realistically like the quickest one that I could get to, just based on what I had discovered thus far. Let me... Darkrai didn't seem that hard. I was scrolling back to it again. Darkrai didn't seem that hard. We're logged from Meloetta. And then we'd been seeing the legendaries already of the other four. So I was like, we'll come back to them later. We'll come back to them later. Cresselia. Any nickname suggestions? So she is our lunar girl. Cresselia. Let me Google some nicknames too. Cresselia nicknames. What did you nickname your Cresselia? Looney. Artemis. Freddy. Slender. Cresselia. Crescent, Umbra. Like, some of these are a little on the nose, don't you think? Freddy's? Yeah, I don't know. Let me go back to that. Let me see what they were talking about. Some of these are on the nose, Freddy. Croissant-wich. Like a croissant sandwich. Croissant-wich. We have Freddy or Slender. Those three were all put together in the same post. Freddy. I don't know if they're talking for croissant. I kind of like that. Let's go with... Ooh, I'm typing that into Reddit. Croissant. Croissant. She's mine. After so long, we were finally able to witness her, the lunar wing Pokemon. After so many years of nightmares, we finally got to meet her. Thank you for helping us fulfill our dream. Maybe we meet again in the future. Goodbye. Bye, Poppy and Alice. The Gelato and PDOCs. And then this is our New Game Plus guy. Hi, New Game Plus. I'll come back later. We'll read your information when we're ready. But let's see. Let's go back to Meteor Hills. Also, I was saying last night, PD, I was like, remember when we were in Meteor Hills at one time and I was like, is this all that's here? I mean, I'm not complaining. Is this all that's here? I was back here and I was like, right. So this is what's all's here. His name is Newman. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. He's gonna make us a new man, isn't he? I was very tired. And that's fair. And that's fair. If my luck turns into 2 shinies back to back, I'm gonna lose it. I will say it wasn't nearly as good last night, so it might be that when you're here, PD, you're bringing the luck. Also, let me actually like quick save in front of it. Why am I wasting my time? I guess I could have done that with Cresselia too. Literally stood in front of it. There's a way I could be saving time with all of this. Bring in the PD charm. Exactly. Bring in the PD charm. Kieran joined stream last night, and then immediately we found the super shiny that I was after. So, it truly is like just funny timing whenever these shinies do appear. I need something else to set the timing for this one. So what was that? We've pulled 1. Let's go 2. Hang on. Make it shiny for me. Say a prayer on it. I'm holding and I'm also not holding. I won't interact with it again. Kill Deoxys first to reset the battle. If you fight Deoxys again, it skips all the movement slot. Interesting. Okay. Source, trust me. I'm trusting you. If not, you owe me a shiny Deoxys. And I need to know you personally shiny hunted it. Macarena, deal with it. I don't know, you a spiky ear Pichu? Nah, Meloetta, she's okay. Got it. Okay, I see. I'm gonna do it again. I just wanted to see like what exactly you meant. But that makes sense. Okay, we're gonna do it one more time. That is so helpful though. Literally like small improvements that we're making to making this even faster. Okay, so we'll knock it out this time, and then the next time we'll. Can you just run? I tried last night and I couldn't run. Like I think I accidentally tried to run, but I'll see it again. Yeah, you can't escape. So we will have to at least do the fight part. Hyper beam. Last time you didn't touch me. Anyways, needle arm. Exactly. Okay, now we'll save. And then this time when we interact, it's just one quick movement like that. That's so helpful. So helpful. Okay, now we're locked in. This is just as fast as Cresselia was. Literally nothing. Actually, maybe a little bit faster now that I'm actually standing in front of it too. It does move, but it only moves the one time. I don't know what I was thinking hitting run again. Sorry for wasting so much time. No. You know, I wonder how many people went for Deoxys. And how many people were like, well, if I have to do these extra steps, no. But I'm sure at least one person probably figured it out, right? Somebody who's really into shiny hunting, that's been doing it for years. I feel like they would know. They would know. You haven't seen it yet? You don't think you've seen one yet? I feel like there's gotta be one. Let me search in the channel and see if I can find shiny Deoxys. I'm just gonna type Deoxys in the channel and see what comes up. Which one are you missing? Just found Deoxys. So somebody said they did. I'm not seeing a picture though. Picture or you didn't? I'm not seeing any picture proof from anybody. I'm not seeing a single bit of picture proof. I am saying I'm seeing a lot of where can I find Deoxys? Could someone show me how to get Deoxys? Wait, Deoxys? The Deoxys puzzle, right? Somebody named their Deoxys. Mr. Wiggles. But that's in another fan game, is what they said. Yeah, nobody's shown off a shiny. Well, we'll have to show off ours whenever we get it. The shiny hunters still haven't gotten through the movement slop. Exactly. They're still stuck at part 1, trying to figure it all out. Okay. Let's see if we shine this time. How would soft resetting work? I haven't tried that once. I didn't know that was an option in here. F12? Okay. Let's try. So much better. Thank you. Yeah, looks like no issues there. Wow, so much better. Thank you. Oh my god. Okay, using Sonic Boom. We will avoid using Sonic Boom. I don't think anybody knows Sonic Boom currently. Definitely nobody that's in our party knows Sonic Boom. I was about to close out again. You can always ask the Shiny Huntress in the channel yourself. True, 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 true. Has anybody had an issue soft resetting? Honestly, I can't imagine that we're going to experience an issue. Like, the only issue I could think that would be impactful at this point would be losing our Pokemon. And I feel like you would have heard by now if people were losing Pokemon from soft resetting. That doesn't mean people were doing it, though. Maybe they're all closing out their games like idiots like me. Yeah, I can't. Can't imagine there's one. That shiny Cresselia really came so fast, though. I was pretty shocked. I wanted her last night, and here she was today. When I wasn't even intending to fully hunt, I just wanted to kind of do it a few times and see what happened. If you do experience a crash because of it and you lost out on a shiny, let me know. I'll give you PD insurance. Don't. Right, it's a secret between us. I'll keep it a secret. I promise. Also, I don't know if y'all have been reading it. I have. I just haven't read it out loud. But my undefeated, mind you, undefeated Macarena. She's a champion. She's a winner. You'll see it again when I throw her out. If you haven't previously. She's a champion. My undefeated legend, Macarena. She is a legend. She won. She was not as strong in that moment, I will say. in the tournament, she was actually not the standout. It was Timmy. But she is a fantastic undefeated legend. This is the most common call-out command. It's a good one. It's a good one. Comet's commands are crazy. Something about some old man pecs in one of them. I think that's when Comet loses. It's just something about old man pecs. Okay, Comet. Play rough your dad. Exactly. What happens if I try to speed up in the middle of all of this too? I know I can't speed up here, but like Am I making the game do too many things at once? Did I press it too many times? It's okay, I can keep my hands faster without doing it anyways. I kind of want to Google some nicknames while we're sitting here too, because I'm looking back over. I'm seeing Moon Unit and Chip, obviously, as names for Cresselia. But I'm saying that, and then Farm Boyfriend's coming home, so we might actually have to end things here soon, because you might have heard the dog get upset. We're gonna do this one more time, and then I'm gonna mute the mic because Max is about to get upset. So then I'm probably gonna keep resetting here a little bit and look for a raid so we can wrap things up. But we'll be back with Kingdom Hearts later. So I know people will probably be asleep when I'm playing Kingdom Hearts, but yeah, we'll enjoy some time with Farm Boyfriend for a little while. I'll post on Blue Sky again when I'm back. But we'll probably still raid out here, so let me mute myself real quick, pull up a raid, and we'll keep shiny hunting on the side while I do that. Exactly. Okay, Gar and Damsel are alive. I can't remember if I've raided Damsel before. I think I might have raided her once. If I haven't raided Damsel before, I want to raid her so I can see in my raid history. So I'll look at that in literally just a second. I might still be awake, but only because the heat is making me... Oh, that's so fair. That's fair. Well, feel free to come and join us for some Kingdom Hearts. You know where to find me. But we could raid Gar. I haven't raided Gar either, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to start with Damsel first. But let me see on the screen. Raid following. Have we raided Damsel before? I have raided Damsel. I don't think I've raided Gar, so let me see if I've raided Gar or not. If not, we'll raid my sister. I've not rated Gar. So We're gonna raid Gar. Gar's playing Ocarina of Time still. So we're gonna head over to Gar, but appreciate everybody for hanging out with me tonight. Let me move. Oh, stream ending. Yeah, because I didn't mean to pop that up. Stream ending screen is what I meant to go to. We're gonna move over to raiding Gar, but thank you everybody, and I will see you guys later tonight. Those that'll be here. Bye. Good night. Or see you guys later. All right, I'm starting the raid. Bye, guys.
We have to conquest, we have to unionize. I've gotten the new mic arm.